So a lot of people don't know this, but the Dallas Wings currently have one of the best young centers in the world. They have the last player to dunk in a WNBA game, and she still has a year in her rookie deal, if I'm not mistaken. That player is a player by the name of Awak Kuier. So, if you guys don't know who Awak Kuier is, she is the number 2 pick in the 2021 WNBA draft. And she was raw. She was raw. She was the reason why people were skeptical on Malonga. If Malonga was Porzingis, she was... I was going to say Dragan Bender, but she ended up being better. She was Dragan Bender if she developed. But you know why people were like, oh, you know what? I said if Malonga averaged 5 points per game as a rookie, it was a good season. I said Malonga will develop into being one of the best players ever. And I still stand by that. But it's Malonga was a development piece, so was Awak Kuier. Awak Kuier is the last player to dunk in a WNBA game. But right now, what Awak Kuier is doing is kind of ridiculous. So if you look at Awak Kuier this year, what she's doing for Galatasaray. So last year, she played for Venezia, averaging 17 points per game in EuroLeague. But that's coming off a previous season where in Euro Cup, which is the second tier competition, 8.7 points to 16.8, and then plays for Galatasaray, who are one of the top teams in EuroLeague. Awak Kuier is a 4-5. And I mean this, she is the polar opposite of Awafam. People are literally saying, oh, why do we need Awafam when Awak's coming back? They're the same player. I'm like, there is no similarities in their game to Awak Kuier and Awafam, other than the fact that they're probably in and around the same height. Maybe Awa's a little bit taller, and they're from the same general area of the world, and they're not even Finland versus Spain aren't even the same general area. They're both from the same continent, and I don't know, they both have the same skin tone, I guess. That's the only similarities. Nobody's watched any of these players. Awak is Malonga-esque. She's Malonga-esque. But if you're looking at how she's been playing EuroLeague, she has had some huge games. So right now, this is the play-in game, 3rd of March. This was a massive game against Landes, who are good. This was to get into the final 6, I think. And again, Galatasaray were a team who last year were in Euro Cup, who were in the second tier. They lost to Malonga, I think, did they? Yeah, they lost to Malonga's Asvel team, who then lost to Farrell. But you're looking at Elizabeth Williams, who is a solid backup big in the WNBA. Genuinely solid. For this Galatasaray team, putting up 8-4-1. You got Awak as probably one of their main players. Awak and Dorka Juhas as a combination are seen as the best 4-5 combo in EuroLeague. And if you guys saw what Dorka Juhas was doing in the World Cup qualifiers, it was nuts. He was probably one of the best players in the whole thing. But this team has Maureen Johannes, Awak Kuier, Dorka Juhas, obviously E. Will, Kamaya Smalls. The best player on this team this year has probably been Awak Kuier, either her or Juhas. You're looking at a player here who, again, 4 blocks in a game, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 4 blocks in another game, 3-3-2-0-1. You're looking at a legit rim protector, and she could be, if you have her, Awa, Paige, and suddenly then you have, because the number 1 pick makes way less money than we thought. It was originally reported at $670K. It's $500K. So you have the 3 of them all the same age. And then you have, you've got, Awa looked unbelievable, the 4 beside Meg Gustafson. So you've got those, and again, Awak can play the 4 a little bit. Awak doesn't really shoot the 3 ball particularly well. She shoots a lot of them, in fairness. Shooting at 26%. Didn't realize how many she shot, but I know she's not. I would say Awa's a better 3-point shooter. But if the Dallas Wings are going for the rebuild, hey, if you're Dallas, in my opinion, if you are Dallas, you are taking 1 more year off. You are doing a Fever. You need 3. The Fever had 2-1-1. One was Nalissa Smith. If Dallas go 1-1-1 and they pull in aces, I know Paige obviously has the eligibility after the 3rd year for a max contract, but she was the first of the ones. They can run it back 1 more year. If they go 1-1-1 and suddenly it's Paige, Juju, Awa, Awak, and fuck it, spend a max contract on whatever small forward connective piece you want on a Caleb McBride. Might be too old. If Caleb McBride's still going on a Caleb McBride, it's going to be, that team will be unguardable. And then suddenly you're there with like two of the best young bigs to match up to who would be your bigger rivals. Like the likelihood is in a few years, your biggest rivals are still going to be an Angel Wilson. You've got multiple bodies to throw at Angel Wilson. You've got bodies to throw at Aaliyah Boston. The power forward position is fucking hard to find somebody. You're in this situation where it's like, oh shit. And by the way, you can absolutely bring in AZ Fudd and do the same thing. You can bring in AZ Fudd, do the same thing. But the thing is like, I understand you can't really find a shooter like AZ Fudd. That player doesn't outside of Caleb McBride, that player doesn't exist. And Caleb McBride's in the last couple of years of her career. But like, there has never been a 19-year-old that reads the pick and roll like Dominique Malonga on the women's side. There just hasn't been. Like, it's hard to find an AZ Fudd, but it's a lot easier to find somebody that is like AZ Fudd than it is to find someone like Awafam. And suddenly then, if I mean that when I said it's like, oh, you can find a Caleb McBride, or you can do the even smarter thing, me being a dumbass, and find a point guard. Could you imagine a point guard like a true old school point guard who dribbled the ball up like, and their job is to, get everybody free, and it's like a Mario Chalmers type point guard, they can shoot, or even a Sue Bird type where their job is get the ball to players, and suddenly then it's like your point guard's getting the ball up, and we're going to run offenses where it's like, okay, yeah, Paige, you go run the pick and roll. You go run the pick and roll here with Awa or a whack. And suddenly you've got a hard roller and a whack. You've got a smart roller and Awa who's good off the short roll. And then it's like, okay, yeah, that doesn't work out. Cool, we'll reset the offense, get the fucking Juju on an ISO. Like, or a Madison Booker on an ISO. It's over. It's over. Like, a whack being there for Dallas. And I think a lot of people were saying at the time that they were like, look, the Indiana Fever should do what they can to try, even in past years, to try trade for the rights to a whack Kuier. That a lot of people were annoyed with the Indiana Fever trade as they gave up a first round pick and Alyssa Smith and got Sophie Cunningham back. And they're like, you couldn't have even got the rights to a whack out of that. Because if you look at the smart teams, the New York Liberty get themselves involved in certain trades, and New York Liberty, when they got themselves involved in the trades, they got the rights to Phoebish. They got the rights to Raquel Carrera, who we're seeing killing it, and is going to be a key player next year. And the Indiana Fever decided to take on, for no reason whatsoever, it didn't even affect anyone's salary cap, decided to take on Jaylen Brown. It's like, man, maybe you give up a second round, that you give up that 19th pick that was KK Timpson to get a wax rights. Because I think you could have, like, especially maybe 2 years ago, you could have traded, a smart team would have traded for a rights. But you're looking at it again, like there are smart teams that have traded for rights certain players. And heck, if you're Dallas, if you're Indiana, why the fuck did you not trade for Louisa Geisel-Suter's rights? And you're looking at Dallas. Dallas also have Louisa fucking Geisel-Suter. So they have all these young elite bigs. And everybody's saying Dallas need a big. They actually don't. They need to be shit this year. Like, if you're a Dallas Wings fan, the best thing you can do is be fun and bad. The best thing you can do is be the Mystics. And the Dallas Wings were terrible last year. The best thing you can do is be the Mystics and be fun and bad. Because you are, like, you look at next year's draft and you look at Michaela Williams, Madison Booker, Juju Watkins. Maybe, I don't think Hannah Hidalgo necessarily fits with Paige Bueckers. But, like, Hannah Hidalgo might be too much of a dog to pass on. So you look at those four players and you're like, every single one of them would help push Dallas over the edge. So if you go and fuck up and are shit, and because you were so bad last year, it's a 2-year running thing for the it's 2-year running wins for the number one pick, and suddenly you get Juju again, like the Aces did. I'm sorry, like it could be GG's for the league.